Hello, welcome to Celebrity Diaries. Before we start, please click the subscribe button to stay up to date with your celebs. Is Russia the first country to come up with the coronavirus vaccine? Well, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said a locally developed vaccine for COVID-19 has been given regulatory approval after less than 2 months of testing on humans. Mr. Putin said the vaccine had passed all the required checks, adding that his daughter had already been given it. Officials have said they plan to start mass vaccination in October. Experts have raised concerns about the speed of Russia's work, suggesting that researchers might be cutting corners. Amid fears that safety could have been compromised, the World Health Organization (WHO) urged Russia last week to follow international guidelines for producing a vaccine against COVID-19. On Tuesday, the WHO said it had been in talks with Russian authorities about undertaking a review of the vaccine, which has been named Sputnik V. Currently, the Russian vaccine is not among the WHO's list of 6 vaccines that have reached phase 3 clinical trials, which involve more widespread testing in humans. Coronavirus vaccine. When will we have one? Encouraging results in vaccine trials. Russian spies target COVID-19 vaccine research. More than 100 vaccines around the world are in early development, with some of those being tested on people in clinical trials. Despite rapid progress, most experts think any vaccine would not become widely available until mid-2021. Calling it a world first, President Putin said the vaccine, developed by Moscow's Gamaleya Institute, offered sustainable immunity against the coronavirus. He said he knew the vaccine was quite effective, without giving further details, and stressed that it had passed all needed checks. Mr. Putin also said the vaccine had been given to one of his daughters, who was feeling fine despite a brief temperature increase. I think in this sense she took part in the experiment, Mr. Putin said, without specifying which of his 2 daughters had received the vaccine. After the first injection her temperature was 38 degrees, the next day 37.5, and that was it. After the second injection her temperature went up slightly, then back to normal. It is rare for President Putin to talk publicly about his daughters, named Maria Vorontsova and Katerina Tikhonova in media reports, and their lives have been shrouded in secrecy. Russian scientists said early-stage trials of the vaccine had been completed and the results were a success. The Russian vaccine uses adapted strains of the adenovirus, a virus that usually causes the common cold, to trigger an immune response. But the vaccine's approval by Russian regulators comes before the completion of a larger study involving thousands of people, known as a phase 3 trial. Experts consider these trials an essential part of the testing process. Despite this, Russian Health Minister Mikhail Murashko said on Tuesday the vaccine had proven to be highly effective and safe, hailing it as a big step towards humankind's victory over COVID-19. Russian officials said the vaccine had been named Sputnik V, in honor of the world's first satellite. Sputnik is the Russian word for satellite. They have likened the search for a vaccine to the space race contested by the Soviet Union and the US during the Cold War. Russia is fast-tracking its COVID-19 vaccine at an extraordinary pace. It began the first clinical trials on the 17th of June, months after teams in China, the US and Europe. Unlike other groups, the Gamaleya Institute in Moscow has not released any safety or immunity data from its studies. This makes it impossible for independent scientists to make an assessment. President Putin is keen to send a clear message to the world regarding the prowess of Russian science. But simply being first is not enough. No COVID-19 vaccine being developed has yet been shown to offer protection against coronavirus. That central question remains unanswered. The progress Russia says it has made on a coronavirus vaccine has been met with skepticism by health officials and media outlets in the US and Europe. Last month, America's leading infectious diseases expert Dr. Anthony Fauci expressed doubts about the rigor of the testing process in fast-track vaccine efforts in Russia and China. WHO spokesman Christian Lindmeier has echoed those sentiments, telling reporters on the 4th of August, sometimes individual researchers claim they have found something, which is of course, as such, great news. But between finding or having a clue of maybe having a vaccine that works, and having gone through all the stages, is a big difference. Meanwhile, the Moscow-based Association of Clinical Trials Organizations (ACTO), which represents the world's top drug companies in Russia, urged the health ministry to postpone approval until after phase 3 trials.